I'm the kind of guy who won't even step on an ant. But overnight, I slaughtered 100,000 cows. Everyone thought I'd sell the meat and run off with the cash. But nope, I let it all rot in my own warehouse. The whole village called me insane. Said my parents just died, and I'm already blowing the family fortune. Even my first girlfriend thought I was trying to scrape together a bride price. She told me to forget about it. Even if I killed every cow I had, it wouldn't cover her 50 million bride price. Plus, she'd already latched onto some rich kid. I heard all that, turned around cold, and told them to get the hell out. Because I knew in just one day the apocalypse would begin. And I'd turn into a zombie. When that happens, meat will be my best survival fuel. Standing in front of all this raw meat and jars of fresh blood, I waved my arm and sucked it all into my storage ring. Right then, a few local thugs jumped out of a car. Normal people would have panicked seeing them. But me? I smirked. These guys are basically walking ATMs delivering cash to my door. Bosslin, long time no see, the leader with the big gold chain, walked over, flanked by his goons. He's a well-known local real estate guy. Been trying to buy my farmland for development. But his offers were trash, so we never closed the deal. Today he brought his lackeys for one last negotiation. Little bro Lin, you know why I'm here. This land of yours, you selling or not? I've thought it through. Let's do it at the price you originally offered. Don't let my little interest get in the way of Boss Zhao making big money. Gold Chain froze on the spot, clearly didn't expect me to cave. Even his goons looked at each other in confusion. Gold Chain couldn't believe it. He asked again to confirm. I nodded. Gold Chain was absolutely thrilled. He immediately told his guys to pull out the contract. Scared I'd change my mind any second. Little bro Lin, what made you come around? I've just been a bit tight on cash lately. Is this enough? If not, maybe your bro Zhao can help you out a bit more. Looking at Gold Chain's chubby face, I suddenly thought he looked kinda handsome. Disaster's coming. And this guy's not just buying my land, he's giving me free money. He's basically a saint. Boss Zhao, if you could help me out, that'd be amazing. I guarantee you'll make a fortune. Boss Zhao. Gold Chain was grinning ear to ear. This was the first time he felt like a hero for being a loan shark. Helping you? No problem. But let me be upfront. My interest rates ain't cheap. And you gotta put something up as collateral. You know what business your bro Zhao is in. No problem. I still got a supermarket and 2 houses under my name. How much you think they're worth? Gold Chain already knew exactly what I had. He'd done his homework. Market value? At least 150 million. So without hesitation, he said, little bro, I can loan you 100 million for all that. Deal? I agreed instantly. Gold Chain was ecstatic inside, so we both signed, each getting what we wanted. Watching Gold Chain's smug face as he left, looking like he just hit the jackpot, I almost burst out laughing. Wonder what face he'll make when the disaster actually hits. Before, I was careful with stockpiling, because my budget was tight. But now with over 100 million in my pocket, in less than an hour, I cleaned out every meat shop around. All kinds of supplies were hauled back home truckload after truckload, including custom-made compound bows, crossbows, and other melee weapons. In the early stages of the apocalypse, these weapons are seriously deadly. Sure, I'm gonna turn into a zombie, but as a high-level zombie with full consciousness, having some weapons makes sense, right? After getting everything sorted, I sat quietly in my supermarket. 1 hour left. Disaster's coming, I'm ready to stop being human. Through the window, the streets were still bustling. Office workers rushing to catch the bus. Just as I was enjoying my last moment of peace, the door I'd locked got kicked wide open. 3 punks barged in. Yo, boss. I'm hungry. Get me something to eat. The leader had yellow-dyed hair. A street thug from around here. Business owners hate dealing with these lowlifes. They show up every few days to cause trouble. Most people just pay them off to avoid drama. Give them something and send them away. I didn't even bother looking up. Stores closed. Nothing here. What the punk stared at the empty shelves. Completely bare. Business used to be booming here. Why'd you shut down? I remember you were restocking like crazy just days ago. Boss, what do we do? Yellowhair thought for a second, eyeing me up and down. Boss Lin, even if the store's closed, you can't just let us starve, right? Spot us some cash. We'll go grab a bite somewhere. I was savoring my last moment of calm. Didn't want these scumbags ruining my mood, so I tossed out a stack of bills. About $1,000. For someone about to become a zombie, cash is no different from toilet paper. Holy crap, Yellowhair's eyes lit up. Didn't expect me to be so generous. Probably thought he scared the hell out of me. You know the rules, kid. His boys were hyped too. That's Yellowhair for you. Big time respect. All right, boys, let's bounce. Yellowhair waved his hand, then felt something stuck in his throat. He spat a glob of phlegm on the floor. Hold up. Suddenly, I remembered in my past life, early in the apocalypse, these lowlifes got a little bit of food, and then brutally murdered a family of 3 downstairs. The end is coming. This time, I can't let these scumbags walk out alive. With a wave of my hand, a flash of cold steel. All 3 dropped to the floor. The empty supermarket went quiet again. Consider it a public service. Then, with another wave, I stored the 3 bodies in my space. To me, these are valuable supplies. After dealing with the bodies, I went home, changed clothes, sat on the couch staring at the old clock on the wall, feeling both excited and terrified. The clear blue sky turned blood red. People on the street saw this and freaked out. But the next second, screams echoed from every alley. Chaos everywhere you looked. A couple on a sweet date just moments ago. The girl's face suddenly twisted, and she lunged at her boyfriend, biting him. Standing by the window, my vision went black. I passed out. When I opened my eyes again, I had turned into a zombie. A lot of my body functions were dead. Guess I'll have to level up slowly to recover. I tried to speak, but only harsh noises came out. Based on my past life's power rankings, I'm currently the lowest level basic zombie. Limbs are super stiff. I walk slower than a normal human, but my bite force is insane. Can tear through flesh like nothing. I grabbed an apple and took a bite. What should have been sweet and crisp now tasted like chewing wood. Gross. After swallowing, I felt zero satisfaction. In fact, the hunger got even more intense. So I pulled out a chunk of fresh beef, cut it into neat little cubes, then stabbed one with a fork and slowly brought it to my mouth. I'm a zombie with standards. Chewed it up easily. Raw meat that used to smell gross now tasted amazing. So good. A zombie constantly fed with fresh meat has terrifying growth potential. After eating, I already felt my limbs loosening up. The stainless steel fork in my hand, I could snap it in half with just 2 fingers. Must have leveled up. I'm guessing I've hit C-rank zombie now. Thinking about it. A zombie at this level has limited appetite, so after 2 cows I felt full. I leaned on the balcony, sipping from a glass of blood-red liquid. Outside was a total mess. Zombies running around chasing prey. Others gathered in groups by the road, fighting over human remains. Just then, my phone lit up. A voice message from my girlfriend Shushan. Babe, are you okay? There are zombies everywhere outside. I'm so scared right now. I miss you so much. How are things on your end? I smiled and replied, still breathing. Zhushan saw I was alive and continued, I'm trapped in my dorm. Running out of food. You've got tons of stuff stocked in your store, right? Can you bring some over and save me? I said, hang tight. I'll come soon. I smirked. In my past life after I turned, I got Shushan's distress call. Using my zombie body, I crossed danger zones to bring her supplies. But when I got to her dorm, she was shacked up with 3 guys. And when they realized I was a zombie, they beat me to death. I tried so hard to explain, but all that came out were desperate growls. Now that I'm reborn, I'm definitely gonna show them my attitude. Bring them a little surprise gift. But I'm not rushing out just yet. The disaster just started. Too many unknowns out there. Until I'm strong enough, I'm not leaving this place. Right then. A low growl came from outside my door. A girl zombie groaning from her throat. Extreme hunger made her totally frantic. But now, there was a hint of fear in her eyes. I recognized her. She lived downstairs. Used to be a high jumper. Because of all her training. Even as a zombie, she wasn't stiff or slow. Moved like a normal person. And this was without ever eating human flesh. I figured she had real potential. With the right cultivation, she could become a speed-type commander. She's the one. I raised my hand and pulled out a bag of frozen steak. The female zombie was instantly drawn by the blood, dropping to her knees. Swallowed it whole. After eating, she still seemed hungry. She looked at me. And besides fear, there was now respect and devotion. Follow me and you'll eat well. I sent her a mental command. A kind of telepathic communication. It's how zombie kings control their underlings. She understood my intent, let out a raspy sound, and bowed her head. Just like that, I got my first minion. I led the female zombie through the hallways. Soon found 2 more zombies with solid potential. One was a personal trainer when alive. Big and buff. Perfect candidate for a power-type zombie. The other had no physical advantages, but was a genius PhD when alive. I picked him because I noticed a spark of intelligence in his eyes. Over the next few days, I stayed hidden inside. During this time, I consumed a massive amount of fresh meat. At least 10 cows. My body was rapidly evolving, getting stronger and stronger. Normal human weapons can't hurt me anymore. My head's been itchy, like something's growing. I swirled my wine glass and cracked my neck. This is the sign of going from C rank to B rank. Once I hit B rank, a crystal core will form inside my skull.